Ever wondered how Mother Nature can throw a curveball even in the most prosperous corners of the globe? In a twist of fate, even the top 10 richest countries in the world find themselves entangled in unpredictable natural disasters, adding to a catalog of world mysterious history. Global warming and climate changes usually challenge the notion that prosperity can shield us from the worst natural disasters. Today's video will unravel the unexplained mystery of the top 10 natural disasters that have struck the most affluent corners of the globe. As we explain the world natural disaster, mysterious facts will blow your mind. United States, Hurricane Katrina, 2005. One of the most devastating hurricanes in US history, causing massive flooding and destruction in New Orleans and along the Gulf Coast. In the history of the US, a top 10 richest country in the world, few events have left as inedible a mark as Hurricane Katrina did in 2005. This devastating force of nature wrought havoc along the Gulf Coast, particularly in New Orleans, leaving a trail of destruction and altering the lives of thousands. Katrina began as a seemingly ordinary tropical storm in August 2005, but quickly morphed into a Category 5 hurricane, packing winds of over 175 miles per hour. As it approached the Gulf of Mexico, apprehension gripped the nation. On August 29, 2005, Katrina made landfall. Its brute force caused breaches in levees that shielded New Orleans from the surrounding waters. The result was catastrophic flooding that submerged 80% of the city. The hurricane's impact remains an unsolved mystery as it extended beyond physical destruction, leaving a staggering human toll. Thousands were displaced, and the inadequacy of emergency response efforts drew national attention. The infamous scenes of people stranded on rooftops and in makeshift shelters became emblematic of the disaster's magnitude. Where were you when Hurricane Katrina happened? Let us know in the comments. Japan, Great East Japan, earthquake and tsunami, 2011. One of the top 10 natural disasters is a massive earthquake and tsunami that led to a nuclear disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. It caused significant loss of life and infrastructure damage. In 2011, Japan faced an unprecedented triple threat: a colossal earthquake, a merciless tsunami, and the ensuing nuclear nightmare at Fukushima Daiichi. This trifecta of tragedy shook the nation to its core, leaving a profound impact on lives, landscapes, and the global understanding of disaster resilience. It all began on March 11, 2011, when a magnitude 9.0 earthquake struck off the northeastern coast of Japan. This seismic juggernaut unleashed chaos, triggering a series of events that would test Japan's preparedness and resilience. As if the earthquake wasn't enough, a monstrous tsunami followed, reaching heights of up to 40 meters in some areas. The waves swallowed entire communities, leaving behind a landscape of devastation. The dual assault of earthquake and tsunami resulted in over 15,000 lives lost, and countless others forever changed. The disaster took an ominous turn with the nuclear crisis at Fukushima Daiichi. The tsunami inundated the power plant, leading to meltdowns in 3 of its reactors. The incident marked the second worst nuclear disaster in history, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the safety of nuclear energy. Did the tsunami change your mind about the viability of nuclear energy? Let us know in the comments. Germany, Elbe floods, 2002. Amongst the top 10 mysterious disasters in history is a widespread flooding along the Elbe River, caused severe damage to cities like Dresden and the loss of valuable cultural artifacts. In the summer of 2002, Germany faced a watery menace that would etch itself into the nation's history: the Elbe floods. This natural disaster, driven by the swelling waters of the Elbe River, brought widespread flooding, leaving a trail of destruction and cultural loss in its wake. As the Elbe River swelled beyond its banks, a deluge swept through cities along its course. Dresden, a city steeped in history and culture, bore the brunt of the floods. The water's relentless advance submerged streets, homes, and cherished landmarks, challenging the resilience of both infrastructure and spirit. Dresden, known for its architectural gems and rich cultural heritage, faced an existential threat. The floodwaters infiltrated historic buildings, including the iconic Semper Opera House and the Zwinger Palace. The loss of invaluable artworks, manuscripts, and artifacts became a grim reality, prompting a collective sigh of sorrow. Would you ever visit the Elbe River if you could? Let us know in the comments. United Kingdom, North Sea flood, 1953. One of the worst natural disasters recorded was a catastrophic storm surge that resulted in severe flooding along the east coast of England, leading to numerous casualties and property damage. In the archives of British history, the winter of 1953 left an indelible mark with the North Sea flood. The North Sea flood was a catastrophic storm surge that unleashed havoc along the east coast of England. This tale of nature's fury serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of coastal communities and the resilience needed to weather the storm. In late January 1953, a confluence of factors created the perfect storm. A powerful North Sea storm coincided with a high tide, resulting in a storm surge of unprecedented magnitude. The surge breached sea defenses, transforming tranquil coastal towns into scenes of chaos and destruction. The surge, reaching heights of up to 5.6 meters, caught communities off guard. The east coast bore the brunt, with areas from Scotland to Norfolk facing severe flooding. Tragically, the disaster claimed over 1,800 lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in the UK's modern history. The floodwaters wreaked havoc on homes, farmlands, and infrastructure. France, European heat wave. An unprecedented heat wave caused thousands of deaths, primarily among vulnerable populations as temperatures soared. In the summer of 2003, France faced an invisible adversary, the European heat wave. What began as a season of sunshine escalated into an unprecedented meteorological event, leaving thousands of lives in its sweltering wake. This is the story of a heat wave that transcended the boundaries of temperature, impacting vulnerable populations across the nation. As temperatures soared to abnormal levels in June and August of 2003, France found itself in the grip of a heat wave unlike any seen in recent memory. The mercury climbed well above 40 degrees Celsius, transforming the French landscape into a blistering crucible. The most heart-wrenching aspect of the 2003 heat wave was its disproportionate impact on vulnerable populations. The elderly, infants, and those with pre-existing health conditions bore the effect of the scorching temperatures. Over 14,000 lives were claimed, marking it as one of the deadliest natural disasters in recent French history. The relentless heat placed an unprecedented strain on the healthcare system. Hospitals and emergency services struggled to cope with the surge in heat-related illnesses, from heat stroke to dehydration. The demand for medical attention reached the climax, exposing the need for robust emergency response measures in the face of extreme weather events. What do you think caused this heat wave? Let us know in the comments. Canada, Fort McMurray wildfire. 2016. A wildfire in Alberta forced the evacuation of nearly 90,000 people and caused extensive damage to the town of Fort McMurray. In the spring of 2016, the tranquil town of Fort McMurray in Alberta, Canada, faced a fiery nemesis, the Fort McMurray wildfire. This relentless blaze, fueled by dry conditions and strong winds, became a harrowing chapter in Canada's history. It forced the evacuation of tens of thousands and left the town in ruins. It all began on May 1st, 2016, when a wildfire ignited southwest of Fort McMurray. Fanned by gusty winds and dry vegetation, the flames quickly grew into an uncontrollable inferno. The speed and intensity of the fire caught residents and authorities off guard, setting the stage for a mass evacuation. The scale of the evacuation was extraordinary, nearly 90,000 people fleeing their homes as the flames encroached on Fort McMurray. Highways were clogged with vehicles, creating scenes of chaos as residents sought refuge from the advancing fire. The urgency of the situation underscored the unpredictable nature of wildfires and the need for swift, coordinated responses. Did you hear of the fire when it happened? Let us know in the comments. Australia, Black Saturday bushfires, 2009. A series of bushfires in Victoria resulted in one of Australia's highest ever losses of life from a bushfire, with 173 people killed. In the scorching summer of 2009, Australia faced a firestorm that would leave an indelible mark on the nation, the Black Saturday bushfires. This series of ferocious bushfires in Victoria claimed lives, homes, and landscapes, serving as a somber reminder of the immense power of nature's fury. On February 7, 2009, extreme heat, dry conditions, and strong winds converged to create a perfect storm for bushfires. Across Victoria, multiple fires ignited and rapidly escalated into an extraordinary catastrophe. The day became known as Black Saturday, forever engraved in Australia's collective memory. The toll on human life was staggering. The Black Saturday bushfires claimed the lives of 173 people, making it one of the deadliest bushfire events in Australian history. The speed at which the fires spread left little time for residents to evacuate, adding to the tragedy. What do you think humans can do to stop these sorts of fires? Let us know in the comments. South Korea, Sampoong department store collapse, 1995. Although not a natural disaster, this tragic event resulted from a structural failure in a shopping center, causing numerous casualties. In 1995, the bustling city of Seoul, South Korea, was marred by a tragic event that shook the nation: the collapse of the Sampoong department store. While not a natural disaster, this catastrophe resulted from a structural failure, leading to a devastating loss of lives and highlighting the importance of safety in architectural design. The Sampoong department store, once a symbol of modernity and consumerism, became the site of an unimaginable tragedy on June 29, 1995. Located in the heart of Seoul's affluent Gangnam district, the building stood as a multi-story shopping center. It housed a variety of retail outlets, restaurants, and entertainment spaces. The catastrophe unfolded when a series of design flaws and unauthorized modifications compromised the structural integrity of the building. The weight of additional floors and heavy equipment overloaded the structure, leading to a catastrophic collapse. The incident unfolded in a matter of seconds, leaving chaos and destruction in its wake. The Sampoong department store collapse resulted in the loss of 502 lives, with over 1,500 others injured. The rescue efforts, involving a massive response from emergency services, volunteers, and international assistance, spanned several days. The tragic event left families shattered and a nation in mourning. What preventive measures do you think can be taken to stop structural failures like this from happening? Italy, L'Aquila earthquake. 2009. An earthquake in the Abruzzo region led to numerous fatalities and extensive damage to historical buildings in the city of L'Aquila. In the early hours of April 6, 2009, the tranquil city of L'Aquila in the Abruzzo region of Italy was jolted awake by a seismic force that left an enduring mark. This natural disaster, characterized by its suddenness and intensity, resulted in tragic loss of life and significant damage to the historical heart of the city. The earthquake, with a magnitude of 6.3, struck with a force that reverberated throughout the Abruzzo region. L'Aquila, a city known for its medieval charm and historic significance, bore the effect of the seismic impact, causing widespread devastation. The earthquake claimed the lives of over 300 people and left thousands injured. Homes and buildings crumbled under the force of the tremors, leaving residents displaced and communities shattered. The aftermath revealed the fragility of even well-established structures in the face of natural disasters. L'Aquila's rich historical heritage suffered irreparable damage. Centuries-old buildings, including churches, palaces, and cultural landmarks, collapsed or sustained severe structural injuries. The city's iconic skyline, once a testament to its storied past, was transformed into a landscape of rubble and despair. Have you been to L'Aquila since the earthquake? If you have, tell us about it in the comments. Spain. Spain's connection to the Bhopal gas leak, 1984. Spain, a nation known for its vibrant culture and rich history, has faced various natural disasters over the years, from wildfires to floods and heat waves. However, one of the most impactful tragedies associated with Spain reaches far beyond its borders. The Union Carbide toxic gas leak in Bhopal, India, in 1984, while not a natural disaster, cast a long shadow due to Union Carbide's American connection. On the night of December 2-3-1984, a catastrophic incident unfolded in Bhopal, India, at the Union Carbide pesticide plant. Methyl isocyanate, MIC, a highly toxic gas used in the production of pesticides, leaked into the atmosphere, exposing thousands of people to its deadly effects. The profound impact of the Bhopal gas leak extended to Spain due to Union Carbide's American roots. The multinational corporations' involvement in the tragedy resonated globally, raising questions about corporate responsibility, industrial safety, and the far-reaching consequences of a single company's actions. The Bhopal disaster triggered a global outcry, and Spain, like many nations, became part of the collective expression of shock and concern. The event prompted discussions about the ethical responsibilities of multinational corporations operating in various countries and their duty to prioritize the safety of communities. Union Carbide, an American company, had a presence in Spain, adding a layer of complexity to the fallout of the Bhopal tragedy. The incident sparked debates about corporate accountability and the need for stringent regulations to prevent similar disasters. Whether in India or elsewhere, there are still hundreds of ancient wonders, mystery stories we are willing to uncover on Mystery Unity. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe so you don't miss them. See you in the next video.